Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. We're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the running of the 100th Indy race. And today I'm with a couple of guys. Who am I with?
Pat Ryan.
Pat Ryan and?
I'm Bill Oesterle.
Bill Oesterle. And today they have a car that, well, it won the 500. What year was that?
1974.
1974. Let me grab the camera. So let's start with who owned the car first?
Pat did.
Pat, tell us, how'd you own this car?
A famous collector by the name of Rick Carroll passed away in 1990. And in 1991, Sotheby's held an auction at the Breakers in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I was the last man standing.
Simple as that.
That's easy.
Simple as that. And then, so how did, jump right next to him, Bill. So how did Bill jump into the picture other than he just jumped into the picture? How'd this all happen that he's got the car now?
Well, in 2013, was it?
I think that's right.
2013, as part of my estate planning, I sent it back to auction with RM.
And here it is.
Here it was, and
The
there it
next
went.
last man standing.
Yes,
All right,
exactly
Bill, come
right.
on with me.
Yeah, sure.
First of all, how'd you get this? I mean, how did you decide you needed the winner? I mean, of the 74 500. Johnny Rutherford's car?
I ran into. I was fortunate enough to meet Johnny Rutherford, the driver of this car, and I was describing to him how I loved his third car, the 1980 Chaparral, and he said to me, "Well, that was a great car, and the fans loved it, but I loved driving the McLarens." And I said, "Oh, really?" And he said, "Yeah, they were wonderful. They were flat-bottom cars, and you could break the end loose in the corners." And I said, "You would break the end loose in the corners
Wow.
of Indianapolis?" He said, "Yeah, going 200 miles an hour." He said, "I love those things. They were drivers' cars." And so we had this fantastic discussion. Of course, this car won the year after the disastrous 1973 race. And so for people to get back into those cars filled with gasoline, and then lo and behold, about 30 days later, it was a month or month and a half, the car showed up at auction. And I said, so few of the Indy winners are in private hands.
Right.
And it happened to be the one he was talking about that I went to the auction and bought it.
Divine intervention.
Yes, there is some fate to this.
No doubt about it. Stand right next to me. Let's talk about the car. Come on, right next to me.
Sure.
Talk right there.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the winner. And nobody got to see this view because they were just looking.
No,
let's walk around.
They were dominant that year.
Yeah, let's walk back with me.
Sure.
They didn't even see much of this view.
No, the car, he blew his engine in qualifying, so he missed. He was the second fastest qualifying time that year, but started 25th. And then he led virtually the entire race.
They saw this version.
Yes, and in fact, I talked to David Hobbs, who was his teammate, at a show, and he said that's all I ever saw that car, was that view right there. No better.
The rear end.
The other interesting thing about this
Real
car,
neat fit on this, right?
which is fascinating, Emerson Fittipaldi tested in this car in 1974.
Yeah.
So the summer, McLaren won the World Championship, they won Indy, and they won the Can-Am Championship in 74.
How difficult is it to take the Zeus bolts off just to see the engine?
Yeah, let's see.
It's difficult. We don't have to do it.
It'd take me a minute. I don't have my screwdriver.
This is the winning steering wheel. Me and Johnny.
So Emerson tested in this
Take a look.
car.
There's a little logo on there.
Yeah, that's the McLaren logo. So Emerson tested in this car with AJ and with Johnny, and he said it was the best balanced car he had ever driven in his entire career.
Really?
And in fact, he has a model of it on his desk.
Emerson Fittipaldi has a
Yeah.
model of this car.
Yes, and then
How proud of you are of that? That's pretty cool.
it is very cool. But the most fun thing about this car is that Johnny Rutherford, who's one of the most wonderful people you will ever meet in your life, he likes to come and talk about it. He takes pictures with people with it. We were supposed to have him drive it yesterday, but we got rained out.
Yeah.
But it's clear he has an attachment to the car, and people have an attachment to him and the car.
Absolutely wonderful. Let's just take a look at the engine, what we can see. We'll go around the other side one more time. All right. looks absolutely great. I'm going to take one more quick look at the engine on this side.
Sure, it's the turbo Offenhauser, which was so dominant for so many years. And then the interesting thing to note about this car is how much smaller the rear wing is to the previous car, say the Donahue car. They did all that to attempt to reduce the speeds after the disastrous 73 race.
Gotcha.
So,
all right, well, come on up, Bill.
Yeah.
Stand right next to your beautiful. What's this emblem here? I'm just curious.
That is a kiwi. It is the national bird of New Zealand, where Bruce McLaren was from and the team was based.
Got it.
So it's interesting, it's a McLaren car, team car, very little sponsorship. They raced it as the team.
As the team. Stand right next to it. Bill, first of all, congratulations on having the winter car. I'm glad you got it, and thanks for being on My Car Story.
I'm happy to share. Thank you very much.